How are you doing on your New Year's resolutions? If that was not a trick question. So let's see. Welcome to webinar 38 of Total Transformation Secrets. And I'm going to share my screen. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we're talking about new you, new teams, new you. So can you believe it? It's September the 6th. This is the first webinar of the fall series. So summer is over. A lot of people are back to school too, I know. And this is, what do you call it? Meteorological summer. I mean, meteorological fall. The traditional fall will be September 21st or something like that. But we're in our summer series. I mean, we've ended our summer series, we're in fall. And so new teams, new you is today's topic, how to build an accountability circle that actually sticks. Do you even remember your New Year's Eve resolution? I asked you how you were doing, but do you even remember them? So this is the thing. A lot of us are doing our resolutions, or at least we start that way, with solo grit. And it stalls by the fall. Sometimes it stalls by the end of January. But definitely the fall going into the winter is a more challenging time to stick with resolutions and stick with your program. But a team can make it less challenging and make it more make your progress more predictable. So we're talking today about why the solo grit stalls, life speeds up, school's back, daylight dips, emotions get higher towards the holidays. And if you're by yourself, then you're doing a lot of guessing. So you don't have feedback to help you get through things. So for September, the whole month of September, our theme is new teams mastery. So our back to school kids are getting new teams. Sometimes businesses are shuffling their teams, but we can make our own new teams for our own mastery of our health journey. So here's the question, because a lot of us are in a community of health and wellness or even other goals. But what's the difference between a community and a team? I'll give you just a second to think about it. So here we go. The community versus a team. If you think about a racetrack, the community is in the grandstands. They're all racing lovers. But the team is the pit crew and the driver, the racing team. So community is a big, inspiring group, and there's a lot of there's a lot of identity in being lovers of that community. But the team is a small portion of the community. They're committed, they're committed to their task, and they have specific goals. So you could think about this. The teams execute. The community celebrates. And this is kind of what I was thinking of. The grandstand, that's the whole community, lots of people. But the team is that pit crew, and they're focused, they're working together, they're helping each other to be accountable, and they've got a job to do, which is to win that race. And guess what? We need both. But today we're going to work on building our pit crew. So today we're going to discover 3 secrets to building your team as we are on the road to optimal wellness. And I'm going to show you a 3-text invite to start your team, a 10-minute weekly huddle template, and a 1-page team charter. No shame, just rhythm. So let's get to the secrets, because we do have a lot of work to do and a lot to do in a little bit of time today. So the number one thing you want to do in your team is make sure that it is safe. And I have 2 different frameworks to share with you on this particular point of psychological safety. The first is the SAFE framework. So when we have discussions in team, say it shame-free, no fixing without permission. Agreements are better than assumptions. So we have a written agreement or a mutual agreement for how the team is going to operate. Frequency beats intensity. So rather than having, a long, intense call, then it's better for the team to have shorter meetings, but be consistent. And evidence over opinions, we're going to be tracking things on the team. We're going to help each other track, and we'll follow those numbers. Now, when there's a conflict on the team, then you want to make sure that, again, the safety is still intact. So the DEAR framework is something you can use. DEAR means describe. Describe the problem, just the facts of what might be going on without blame. Like, like this morning, my notice did not go out. So that was on me. So, but I can't blame myself. It was the situation. Express what is the actual impact on the business, on the mission, or on your team goals. Ask, brainstorm for suggestions for actual proposals that will move the team forward and help to resolve whatever the situation is. And then result. When do you expect, like if we implement a proposal, then we'll get a win in a certain amount of time. So, language that keeps it safe. Did you cheat? Well, maybe you could say, how did the plan fit your day today? We know it means did you cheat, but it sounds better, right? It even feels better coming out of your mouth. Why didn't you? Da, da, da? Well, instead of that, what blocked the plan? Like I could say to myself, why didn't you send out those texts? But I know what blocked the plan this morning. So, and be more disciplined. Someone asked me about, or someone was talking about, what's that? 75 hard today, and that takes a lot of discipline to do. But maybe what 10-minute activity fits today, like exercise, snacking. So we have to be able to fit it into our lifestyle. All right, secret number 2, the 3-2-1 cadence. What do I mean by that? You could do 3 invite texts, and I'm going to show you the text today. And for the team check-ins, you can have 2 check-ins a week, like Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday, and they can be quick check-ins. Even they could just be an emoji, right? But just checking in with the team. And then 1 10-minute huddle per week. And when you have this weekly huddle, what can you do? You can start with wins. I the first time that I was in a team that did wins first, because usually there was the agenda and that from the corporate world or from the medical world, um, there was just a set agenda, and it wasn't really like a team um, in that sense. It was definitely a top-down directorate. But when everyone on the team shares their wins, it does something. And I've been really motivated by hearing the wins of others on the team. So everyone gets 60 seconds to share their wins. And the team goals, we're going to pick 3 things to measure. So this is the rhythm check. How's everyone doing with their first goal? How's everyone doing with their second goal? How's everyone doing with their third goal? Just check. And then if there's a challenge or friction, then just one tweak. If someone's at, if it's a team thing, or if there's a schedule thing, or um, you know, a shipping, what do they call those? Supply chain thing, just one tweak, and we don't try to fix the whole world uh, every time within 10 minutes. Now, from sitcoms, we knew you could fix any problem in the world in 60 minutes, but uh, keep the team meetings short and focused. Secret number 3. So let's talk about the team agreements and the 3 metrics. The time frame, you could have a 6-week time frame, a 90-day time frame. You set your boundaries, response windows. Like if I don't hear from you by such and such, or if you miss 2 check-ins, then we're coming after you. Meaning we're gonna see that if there's something wrong, right? And we need to support that team member in another way. Pick 3 inputs, 3 things to track. It could be your protein. Did you get your 30 grams for each meal? Your steps, your exercise, your sleep. And you could use other outcomes, your waist circumference, you can use your energy, you can use your stress level, like whatever the team agrees that you're going to work together and focus together on. So let's go. Let's look at the 3 text invite. And I'm going to put this, when this goes up on YouTube, I'm going to put it in the description of the YouTube video. So make sure and check that, and you can just copy and paste text number 1. Hey, name, building a tiny fall pit crew for protein, steps, and sleep. Zero shame. 10-minute weekly huddle and 2 quick check-ins. Are you in for 90 days? You start with that and you just uh, tweak it the way you want, but it's giving them basic information. What are you doing? What's the commitment that you're asking from them? And then the 90-day run. Or 90 days is about 12 weeks. You could make it shorter. You could make it a 6-week run, but make sure you're upfront. That you're sharing what the commitment will be. The rhythm. You can have Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday emoji check-ins. You could have a Saturday 10-minute huddle. This is the text, right? So you're going to decide. You're going to determine, do you want emoji check-ins? Do you want one-word check-ins? Do you want a number from 1 to 5 of, how you're doing on those things? So somehow you want a way to measure your progress and to be accountable. And then you can say, we track 3 things only. If life gets loud, we reset. No guilt. If yes, this is text number 3. If yes, I'll share the details. No is totally okay. And that's how you can invite members to your team. Okie dokie. So there's more. But before we get to the rest and the cool bonuses, I do want to introduce myself. I'm DrLisa Singletary, also known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist, because I have personally lost over 150 pounds. And in that process, in that journey, I've developed the 5 M's of total transformation. So today's M is all about mindset, which is why I'm wearing the dark navy or dark royal shirt. Funny, maybe not, I mean, small thing, but I only have one polo shirt that's dark royal. So I had to dig deep in the rainbow polo shirt stack. But I found it was hiding between a couple of other shirts, but it was there. But I probably have 5 or 6 of the shirt that I'm wearing in the picture. I have, you know, I only have one red, but all the others I have multiple, multiple, multiple. So, whew, we almost had the wrong color today, but I pulled it out. But what we do is empower your transformation from the inside out. I am a board certified family physician, now retired. I have a master's degree in public health, and I am a certified holistic health coach. I'm passionate about empowering your transformation to helping you achieve your health goals. So, in the world of ballroom dancing, it's quite the community, I have to tell you. But Froylan and I, this was my coach um, at Arthur Murray, we were a team, and we had goals. We had weekly practice. We didn't. We did sometimes check-ins in between, but just the idea that we had something to get done, and I got the trophies to show for it. So um, I was very thankful for this time in my life, and that motion, that exercise, was really a benefit to me. But in 2008, I left it all. I left ballroom dancing. I left my medical practice, and I went home to take care of my parents. And I was their primary caretaker for 8 years. And this is not my daughter. I was visiting this young lady, and her mom, who's a photographer, took this photo. And 8 years later, after my parents passed, they came to visit me at my parents' home. And um, by that time, I needed a wheelchair, my father's wheelchair, just to get around the house. I needed a miracle. And I I know that in health and wellness, we don't talk about miracles, we don't talk about cures, we don't talk about healing, but this is also my disclaimer slide. So I'm telling you, this is not a medical consultation. This is not a second opinion. Your insurance is not going to pay for me, right? But I am sharing with you, I personally needed a miracle. And it seemed like I found one because a few years ago, when I turned 60, that's even strange to say, but I tracked my weight through the years, and I was shocked at the trajectory that I was on. And in the middle there, I took a weight loss drug for a little while and got a personal trainer and had side effects from the drug, stopped the drug. And it's like I never even took the drug and lost that weight. I was on the same trajectory. And the sad thing is, I mean, one of the sad things is I lost the weight from one area of my body and it came back in another area. So I in losing and then gaining that chunk of weight in the middle, I transformed or I morphed from a pear shape to an apple shape. And I was like, wait a minute, where's my waistline? What's that? What? I caught myself in the mirror, from the side one day. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? But I realized that hormonal shifts and, when you have yo-yo dieting, you don't put the weight back on where you lost it. So that's another thing to really consider when you're on a weight loss journey. But look at this. Letter B, what happened? Well, I learned a secret. I learned how to go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right to my continuing journey today. And I want to share that with you. So here's a bonus secret. What I learned was to nutrify my cells deeply within. And that gave me more energy and more clarity, and that made me a better teammate. So here are my 5 steps to nutritional completeness. I want to, I can't tell you how much to emphasize step number 1, avoid the bad foods. It's more important to avoid the bad foods than whatever of the good foods you choose. So that's that. And if you were at my, I think it was last week, I can't remember. But I have given a really cool, I think, 12 bad foods challenge, right? It's a 21-day app to challenge you to avoid the bad foods, to teach you all about the good foods and the bad foods. But that's not our subject today. But I just want to say how much difference it can make in your health if that's the only thing you do is to avoid wheat, barley, rye, and oats, the gluten, the oils, the fried foods, GMOs, right? Foods that cause inflammation in the body. All right. Step number 2, get 90 essential nutrients. Your body needs them every day. Step number 3, we add in antioxidants, adaptogens, anti-inflammatories. Step number 4, we got to get the gut health as a priority. And that's not just the gut microbiome, that's always in the news, but also the gut lining. That's kind of in the news. You can hear about leaky gut sometimes, but just an inflamed lining of the gut stops its function. And step 5, wellness wonderland. That's where everybody usually starts. And, there are good stories. They get good results from whatever their cryotherapy. Oh, can't even say that word without shivering. Massage therapy, brain support, joint support, heart support, meditation, art therapy, music therapy, all the things you can do, ballroom dancing, all the things you can do for your health and wellness are in step 5. But they have to be built on the foundation of the first 4 steps in order for you to get the best results. So I always want to focus on that word essential because it has multiple meanings. And the first thing you might think of that you need it's something that you need, is a good thing, a good definition. But in this context, when we're talking biology, biochemistry, physiology, medical science, the word essential means your body can't make it. And isn't that interesting? Your body can take proteins and make carbs out of it. Your body can do your body is amazing. You can do all kinds of things, but these nutrients it can't make. You have to take them in, whether by food, good luck with that, or by strategic supplementation. All right. So, bonus number 2, back to our topic of teams today. I made a team charter, and this is something you can use as a checklist to make sure your team is on track. It's got your purpose, your time frame. Now this one says 6 weeks, but you can, adjust it. Gives you your cadence, your boundaries, your metrics. You're just going to choose 3 of these: the agreement, the S.A.F.E agreement, etc. So I thought this was a pretty cool little sheet, and all you have to do is scan the QR code or go to DrLisaSingletary.online/team charter black. But I put hyphens in there. So team charter black. So what do you think? Is there a white? Yes, because we might want to print it, and I don't want to use all your ink, all your toner. So I asked ChatGPT, make me a white one. So it looks a little different. It is different. But in this one, I said make the end date 90 days, just to show that the flexibility. And ChatGPT is not the best speller, so you'll see some typos in there, but it gives you a good idea, and it gives you a framework. It gives you a checklist that you can use when you are keeping your team on point and keeping them accountable. So today we discovered the secrets to teamwork that makes the dream work. The difference between a team versus a community. And like I said, we need both. How to start your team. The 3-step text will be in the description, and the team charter. So we've got some events upcoming. I'm mystified by the rapidity of the passage of time, but this is our fall and the beginning of our winter. Let's say our fall and our holiday webinar schedule. So today was webinar 38. Next week we are combining macros and motion, because there are only 4 Saturdays in September, and we cycle through all those M's every month. And we're talking about protein and pace, the 2 fall habits that move the needle fast. Now, some of you, excuse me, are here just from an invitation for the day, or maybe you stumbled upon me on YouTube or something like that. So I want to invite you to join us live every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. And you could do it you can register by scanning that QR code or going to DrLisaSingletary.online/live-Zoom. And the registration is going to be for the rest of the year. Once you register, you're in. But tonight, the next event is 9 p.m. Eastern. This will be the premiere of this talk on YouTube, and this will be the first time you can actually get into the YouTube description and copy and paste those texts. So join me tonight. I'll be live in the comments, and I can't wait to see you all there. So get our team spirit going. Make our teams not just celebratory, but functional, accountable, and getting us to our goals. All right, now those of you here live, stay tuned, and we'll have just a little time for Q&A. All right, I love you all. Mwah.